In this video, we explore a deep, possibly unsettling truth. Everything you believe you are, your body, your emotions, even your thoughts, might just be a temporary layer, a mask concealing something far greater. Here, you'll be guided to question if there's an essence within you that transcends physical limitations. Discover how ancient traditions, from Egypt to Hinduism, taught that we are eternal consciousness, far beyond passing identities. Get ready for a new perspective that could transform the way you see your own existence. Have you ever wondered if everything you identify as your body, your emotions, your thoughts, might be just a temporary facade? What if what you consider as you is merely a mask, hiding a much deeper truth? Prepare to embark on a journey that could shift your perception of who you truly are. Could it be that what you see when you look in the mirror is just the surface? Have you asked yourself if there's a part of you that transcends beyond flesh and mind? The answer to these questions holds the potential to unlock a profound realization, one that shows you are more than a collection of passing experiences. If overlooked, this truth could leave you confined to a limited, fleeting identity, never fully experiencing the boundless essence that you truly are. Since birth, we've been taught to think of ourselves as physical beings, restricted to the boundaries of our bodies. We often believe that the reflection staring back at us is the entirety of our existence. But what if that belief is only a fragment of old picture? What if the real you extends far beyond muscle and thought, into a realm that cannot be touched or seen, but only known from within? Ancient cultures understood this concept deeply. Traditions from civilizations such as those in ancient Egypt or the teachings found within Hinduism spoke of an eternal consciousness that exists beyond the confines of the human form. They believed that each of us is connected to an infinite source, an unending stream of awareness that continues even when the body fades away. You are not merely human. You are an eternal consciousness that defies all limitations. Your body is but a temporary vessel, a tool to navigate the physical world. Every feeling, thought, and sensation you encounter is an experience, but you are the silent observer, the presence witnessing it all unfold. Imagine seeing yourself not just as flesh and blood, but as a witness that cannot be confined by space or time. So next time you say, "my body" or "my hand," pause and reflect. Who is the I-claiming possession? Who is that essence behind the ownership? The one untouched by time and change. In this exploration, we reveal that this essence is your pure consciousness, your true nature waiting to be discovered. It is this awareness that stays constant through the highs and lows, the changes and challenges of life. Recognizing it can transform not only how you see yourself, but how you relate to everything around you. If you're feeling inspired by this perspective, remember to like and subscribe. Your support helps spread transformative knowledge and keeps content like this coming your way. Now, let us lift the veil and delve into this transformative and unsettling revelation. By the end, you will hold an answer to one of the most essential questions. Who are you truly? Where does that eternal essence that defines you come from? Let us examine the wisdom passed down through ancient teachings. From the earliest civilizations, this understanding was preserved. In Kemet, known today as ancient Egypt, the concept of human identity was considered fleeting, a transitory illusion. Recognizing this deeper truth was held sacred and was believed to unlock the path to true enlightenment. The Egyptians viewed the human body as a mere vessel, an instrument for the soul's journey. They taught that beyond the physical self lies an essence known as the Ba, the part of the soul that transcends mortality and connects with the divine. Have you ever stopped to consider whether everything you identify with is just an illusion? Picture this. Everything you think of as yours, your emotions, thoughts, even your physical form, might just be layers of a temporary existence, like clothes that can be removed. Does the notion of something more profound, something waiting to be unveiled, captivate your imagination? If what you see in the mirror isn't the full story, what does that mean for your true nature? Ancient teachings didn't merely propose this as a theory. They considered it the key to unlocking a deeper comprehension of existence. Ignoring this understanding could mean being trapped in a false narrative, limited to playing a transient character in the grand play of life. Imagine standing on the threshold of this knowledge. You begin to see that life itself, with its moments of joy, pain, and growth, is an elaborate theater. Yet, behind every role, every scene, there is an observer, you. This observer is not bound by the fleeting tides of emotions or the aging of the body. It is eternal, constant, and serene. So, what does this mean for you? It means that beyond your physical being, beyond what you've been conditioned to believe, lies an essence that is unchanging and timeless. It's the part of you that exists beyond every passing experience. It is the quiet witness that remains, watching, as thoughts come and go, as emotions rise and fall. Next time you reflect on your existence, remember, when you say, "my thoughts" or "my experiences," who is that silent I claiming them? That is your true self, a pure consciousness, an unmovable essence that ancient traditions have sought to describe and understand. Rediscovering it may not just change how you see yourself, but how you live your life. Before we continue deeper into these insights, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. By doing so, you help spread this wisdom to others seeking to awaken to their true nature. Let's delve deeper into this revelation and uncover what lies beneath the surface of this profound truth. By the end, you will have explored an ancient knowledge that dares to challenge what we believe about our existence, the true nature of who you are, and the source of that timeless essence. Throughout the ages, the understanding that human identity is more than flesh and thought has been preserved. In the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, which date back over 36,000 years, an extraordinary teaching emerges. Man believes he lives, but truly, it is life within death. This cryptic message serves as a reminder that the body is a temporary prison for the soul, a mere vessel that confines what is limitless. While the physical form is bound to decay and disappear, the soul remains untethered and eternal. Matter, then, is an illusion we must see beyond to experience true liberation. The teachings of Hinduism resonate with this understanding through the concept of Atman, the unchanging, eternal self. This Atman is immune to the ever-changing dance of the material world. Within the sacred Upanishads, the phrase Tattvam Asi, "you are that," boldly asserts that the divine essence within you is identical to the universal consciousness that permeates all existence. This realization means that the sense of self, which we often mistake for our true identity, is just a fleeting shadow of something immeasurable. The ancient sages taught that awakening to this truth is akin to emerging from a deep sleep. Daily life, with all its responsibilities and emotions, is but a thin layer of reality. The true spiritual awakening happens when you recognize that you are neither the body nor the mind, but the infinite consciousness that calmly observes every experience. Imagine what it would be like to release your attachment to the body and view life through the lens of this timeless essence. The simplicity of this realization, combined with its profound impact, can shift the way you engage with every moment. No longer bound by the limitations of physical existence, you would see yourself as part of an unbroken current of awareness. Have you ever considered that the world around you might be as illusory as a dream? In dreams, everything feels tangible: people, places, emotions. We are so engrossed that we accept it as reality, never questioning its authenticity. Yet, when we awaken, we understand it was all a creation of the mind, a fleeting story that dissolved with the first rays of consciousness. The journey toward this deeper awareness is not about discarding life, but about seeing it for what it truly is, an intricate dance within a vast sea of eternal presence. Embracing this realization means stepping back and watching the unfolding of life from a place of inner stillness, where the true self resides, untouched by time or change. What if I told you that this waking state, which you consider to be awake, is just another form of dreaming? The only constant across all states, dreaming, deep sleep, and wakefulness, is consciousness. This consciousness is the ever-present witness, observing each experience, yet remaining unbound by any of them. Vedic philosophy describes 4 states of consciousness: wakefulness, dreaming, deep sleep, and turiya, the state that transcends all others. Turiya is pure awareness, an unclouded observation without thoughts or objects, like a blank screen on which all experiences are projected. Awakening in turiya reveals that the physical world itself is another layer of illusion. When you recognize that you are this eternal consciousness, you are no longer confined by the limits of matter, but live as a free, unchained soul, transcending the illusions of the physical world. This leads to an inevitable question. If the soul is eternal and free, why would it choose to inhabit a physical body with all its limitations? The answer lies in the higher purpose of existence: spiritual evolution. According to many teachings, each life is an opportunity within an endless school where the soul refines itself through human experiences. From this perspective, reincarnation isn't a punishment, but a blessing, an opportunity for growth that allows the spiritual essence to advance and develop. Each incarnation, therefore, is like changing clothes, as described by Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Just as a person discards old garments and puts on new ones, the soul leaves behind an aging body to inhabit a new one, continuing its endless journey. Each human life is a temporary chapter in this process of refinement. The experiences we encounter, from the grand to the mundane, serve as challenges that help strengthen the inner essence, fostering compassion, patience, and love. If you're enjoying this content, be sure to like and subscribe so you won't miss our upcoming videos. And if you wish to explore further, download our ebook, Divine Essence, Rediscovering the Inner Self and Spiritual Peace. The link is in the description. It is in daily life, in the simplest of interactions, where true spiritual growth unfolds. Every emotion we feel, every problem we face, is a potential lesson for our consciousness. Joys and sorrows are like exercises that train the spiritual essence, much like muscles are strengthened through physical resistance. Facing life's difficulties is, in itself, the very purpose of human experience. This understanding brings a new perspective to each moment. The next time you encounter a challenge, pause and remember that it is more than an obstacle. It is an opportunity for your consciousness to expand, for your eternal essence to grow. Through these experiences, life becomes a sacred arena where the soul continues its journey, not merely surviving, but flourishing in its true, boundless nature. This cycle of successive lives offers consciousness the opportunity to refine itself. Between one life and the next, the soul reflects on the lessons learned, often choosing the circumstances of its upcoming incarnation based on what it still needs to work on. At times, higher forces guide its reincarnation, placing it into situations that foster growth and deeper learning, selecting conditions that challenge and teach. Thus, the cycle of birth and death is not a meaningless repetition, but a progressive journey toward an elevated spiritual state. This leads to an essential question. If the soul grows through resistance, what constitutes that inner force that propels it forward? The energy residing in the soul is immense and powerful, recognized by various traditions as the life force. The ancient Egyptians called it Are, the Vedas referred to it as prana, and the Taoists knew it as chi. This energy goes beyond mere physical vitality. It is a direct expression of the eternal spirit that we truly are. It exists outside the confines of the body, transcending time and matter, intricately connected to the creative flow of the universe. Just as fire requires friction to burn brighter, the soul draws upon the challenges of the physical realm to awaken its full potential. Each trial is an invitation to tap into this unseen force and transform it into spiritual power and wisdom. Thoth, in the Emerald Tablets, speaks of this as the heart of the flame, a divine spark present in every being. This spark is not dependent on the body and does not extinguish with death. It is a fragment of the endless flow of creation. This is why moments of profound personal growth often follow the most difficult phases of life. This primordial force becomes apparent when we face adversity, reminding us that we are far more than a fleeting identity. We are pure consciousness imbued with an immortal energy that transcends form and time. In the moments of greatest pain and during the most intense challenges, the spiritual essence finds the drive needed to expand its inner light. The more significant the resistance, the stronger the soul becomes, much like a muscle that strengthens through continuous effort. This strength is not limited to the personal level. It extends beyond. It is interwoven with the universal energy that permeates all existence. The soul and the cosmos are one, bound by this ever-moving spiritual energy. Thus, each time you overcome an obstacle, you evolve not just individually, but contribute to the strengthening of this universal energy on a cosmic scale. This understanding invites us to view our trials with new eyes, not as mere suffering, but as sacred opportunities for growth. Each challenge faced with courage and insight fuels not only your journey, but also the collective light of consciousness that moves through the entire universe. It is this soul's energy that allows one to transcend the boundaries of matter and access higher dimensions of consciousness. If this energy is infinite and ever-present, how can we learn to access it consciously to move beyond physical limitations? When a life ends, the soul does not rest in inactivity. Instead, it enters a period of deep transition and reflection, examining every experience it has lived and extracting valuable lessons. During this interval between incarnations, the true process of spiritual planning takes place. The soul reviews its past lives as if reading a book, carefully examining each chapter. Both successes and failures are transformed into essential lessons, and from these reflections, the consciousness selects the conditions of its next incarnation. The challenges faced in the next life are not random. They are meticulously designed to provide the teachings most needed. Sometimes, the soul chooses these circumstances freely, while other times it is guided by higher forces into specific experiences that accelerate its evolution. This concept is particularly highlighted in Tibetan traditions, especially in the spiritual practice of Phawa, which prepares the soul for a conscious death. Phawa practitioners believe that at the moment of death, the soul can recognize its true essence and consciously select the circumstances of its next existence. During this transitional phase, known as the Bardo state, the soul has the freedom to explore other dimensions and confront the consequences of its past decisions. Each new life is, in essence, a carefully designed mission, meant to correct past mistakes, deepen wisdom, and continue spiritual growth. If the soul is on a path of constant learning, the next step is to understand how these multiple lives are interconnected to form a multidimensional being capable of existing across various planes of reality. The soul is not a simple, singular entity. It is a complex and multidimensional presence, operating simultaneously on different levels of existence. The ancient Egyptians grasped this truth thousands of years ago, distinguishing multiple aspects of the soul, each serving a specific function. The Ka was considered ethereal double, tied to the life force and the physical body, believed to survive even after death. The Ba, often depicted as a bird with a human head, represented the part of the soul that could move freely between the physical world and spiritual realms, crossing the boundaries of matter. Finally, the Ak embodied the enlightened soul, transformed by wisdom, through which the being achieved its highest essence. These aspects of the soul reveal a complexity that defies everyday understanding, suggesting that you are far more than a singular being in one dimension. This perspective is also echoed in other traditions around the world, connecting different cultures in their acknowledgement of the multidimensional nature of our true essence. By embracing this understanding, you begin to see your life as more than a linear path. It's an ongoing tapestry of experiences, woven through time and across dimensions, where each challenge and triumph adds to the evolving story of your soul. For Taoists, the soul is divided between Hun and Pu. The Hun, associated with the heavenly spirit, ascends to higher realms after death, while the Pu, connected to the body and earthly energy, remains close to the material world. Similarly, ancient Norse cultures believed in various facets of the soul, such as the Hamingja, a kind of vital force or personal luck, and the Filja, a guardian spirit that accompanies an individual throughout their life. These different interpretations demonstrate that the soul is an ever-moving entity, operating simultaneously across multiple planes and interacting with both the physical and spiritual worlds. The Kabbalah also upholds a complex view of the soul, dividing it into levels ranging from the nefesh, linked to the body and emotions, to the neshama, which communes directly with the divine. Each of these levels has a purpose, allowing one to be both the protagonist and the observer of their own experiences. This complexity reveals that we are beings of light and consciousness, capable of navigating between realities and dimensions. Yet with all this multidimensionality, one question arises: how can we fully live this spiritual truth while embodied in a physical form? Living with the awareness that we are souls requires a profound shift in how we view life. The first step is to acknowledge that the body is merely a tool, a temporary vehicle for expressing ourselves on the physical plane. Take care of it and respect it, but do not mistake it for your true identity. Just as we say, "my body" or "my thoughts," we must understand that these are possessions, not the essence of who we are. Thoughts and emotions are like weather patterns passing through the sky of your consciousness. They come and go, change, but they are not what you are. When you stop identifying with them, you access an inner peace that does not depend on external circumstances. This is the key to living as a spiritual being, inhabiting the present as a silent observer, without becoming entangled in the dramas of the world. Practicing full presence in every moment is essential. Being present means not clinging to the past or projecting into the future, but living in the now as a pure expression of consciousness. Meditation and other spiritual practices are valuable tools that help you reconnect with this immutable essence. By quieting the mind and tuning into the present moment, you begin to perceive the separation between your essence and the experiences you go through. You are the consciousness observing events, not the events themselves. This understanding frees you from being controlled by fleeting thoughts or emotions, allowing you to live each moment from a place of serenity and awareness. The more you practice this, the more you align with your true multidimensional nature, navigating life with the understanding that you are an eternal soul temporarily experiencing the physical world. With this clear perception, you align with your deeper purpose and start living as the conscious soul you truly are. Living as an awakened soul also means finding purpose in every decision and aligning your actions with the mission that brought you to incarnate. Every moment of your life becomes an opportunity for learning and spiritual growth. Ask yourself, why did I choose this experience? What is my soul trying to learn? When you live with this clarity, your life turns into a journey filled with meaning and fulfillment. Every challenge ceases to be a problem and transforms into an opportunity for evolution. Remember, you are a spark of the whole, an individual expression of universal consciousness. The more you live in alignment with this truth, the more your existence becomes a manifestation of grace and divine power. This leads to a significant question. If we are eternal beings living temporary experiences, what truly prevents us from expressing that inner divinity in every moment of our lives? What internal or external barriers limit the potential to live fully from our spiritual essence? Now, I would love to know which part of this profound topic resonated with you the most. Share in the comments how this reflection impacted you and which idea made you see life from a new perspective. I want to sincerely thank you for joining us up to this point. Your presence is essential for us to continue bringing content that inspires and transforms. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to share it with others. It might help them awaken to a new outlook on life as well. And before you go, make sure not to miss the next video appearing on your screen. It's packed with ideas that will enrich your evolution and complement everything we've explored today.